Welcome back, guys. Long episode of the TG podcast. We're back here, going to be discussing the North London Derby match review, talking about Arsenal's injury updates, the Carabao Cup, obviously against Brentford. A little bit a look at January about Ivan Toney as well, guys. So yeah, make sure you smash the like buttons, your thoughts down below. Let's introduce people today. Starting off with the main man himself. Back, my friends. How you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks yourself.
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Obviously, you was at the game. Was the atmosphere good at least, Seb, about the game?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'll say so.
Yeah. 1 second, man. I can't really hear you. 1 second. Let me try and do this. 1 second. Please. All right, Seb, speak again quick.
Yeah, the atmosphere was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's better.
fans were
Yeah, that's
definitely
better.
up for it. But they're said about the results and performance. So
Yeah, we can get all into that today. But yeah, good to see you, my man, of course. We got Tom. Yes, Tom, what are
Hello.
you saying, bro? You good?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am, well, I'm gonna lie. I'm very well, mate. I'm not really. I got a chest infection and all that stuff. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, and obviously Arsenal, the result is disappointing. But we're gonna go through that. But yeah, it's good to see you again, my man.
thank you. Long time no see.
Long time, yeah. But yeah, it's good you're back. Rory as well. Big up yourself. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How are you? Well,
I'm.
I've got a chest infection anyway. I don't know what more to.
Anyway, guys, yes, let's get right into it. There's only one place to start. It is with the North London Derby, guys. 2-2 draw. Yeah, it was a game where we should have really got the win, in my opinion. I know we didn't play that well, guys, but for the first 30 minutes, we were all over them, and we had some very good chances. I keep going back to the chance about Jesus where he missed it. But yeah, so much to talk about in the game. I'll start with Seb. Obviously, as I said, you was at the game, my friends. Just give your overall thoughts on the performance and obviously the result in general.
disappointing. Look, whenever you don't beat them at home, it's a bad result. And I've said that from day one, and I maintain that stance. And it wasn't really the result; it was more the performance. Especially that second half. That second half was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. It really was. Players just didn't know what they were doing. Everything was all over the place. And we keep making all these silly individual errors at home. It's all these. Like Jorginho. I'm like, but why? And there's no excuses for what he did. He is an experienced Premier League player, an experienced player, age 32. He should know better than that. And the fact that we even allowed them back in that game in that first place was ridiculous. Especially after we scored that penalty. You should have given us all the momentum to just say, okay, we've got the lead back. Now, right, just keep it tight, just let it drift a bit. But no, we let them back into this, and then Jorginho makes that stupid error, and then bang. And then, to be honest, if you were to say after that, Spurs looked more likely to get the winner after that. It was very worrying, very, very worrying that they could actually come to us and get the result. But oh dear. Listen, these points we've dropped against Fulham and Spurs now are both games that we should have won. And it's all our own doing. And like I've just said, the performance was poor. And apart from David Raya and Saliba and Gabriel, I'd say everyone else, it's not good enough.
What's your thoughts about Arteta and his subs, like keeping Eddie and Nketiah
no.
and not
Oh
bringing
my
on Smith
God.
Rowe
That
in like
infuriated
7th
me.
minute?
That absolutely infuriated me. Eddie Nketiah did absolutely nothing all game. And when you need a goal, you're Gabriel Jesus. He looked lost on the wing. He shouldn't even been put there in the first place. And then you take him off when you need a goal. I'm like, what's Arteta seriously thinking? First of all, there's two options you could have gone with, even though we didn't have Trossard and we didn't have Martinelli. Firstly, you change your formation to go 4-2-3-1, what worked so well a couple of seasons ago when we smashed Tottenham. You could have played Rice, and even though Jorginho made that bad mistake and wasn't good enough, you could have put him there, and then in front you could have gone Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and then Jesus down the front. I'm sure you would have got a lot more fluidity and a lot more flair with that. Or, if you wanted to stick to the 4-3-3, you play Reece Nelson. Don't forget, we signed this guy up in the summer.
Yeah, we did.
And when he needs to be given his opportunities, because every time he's come on, he's looked sharp. So why wasn't he given his opportunity? Do you not trust him? If you didn't trust him, why bother giving him that contract in the first place?
Yeah, but so what about Smith Rowe coming on in the 97th minute?
That's just ridiculous.
God.
What has this guy actually done wrong? Smith
Every
Rowe?
time
I
he's
don't
come
understand.
on, you saw how good he was the other night against PSV when he came on, and how good he was in the Euros. Euros it was.
Yeah.
And why the fact that Kai Havertz keeps getting picked in front of him makes no sense. So the manager got it wrong. He got it wrong big time. And I think he's overthinking this. He is overthinking this. He's thinking, well, Gabriel Jesus can do a job out wide. Go on. And Eddie up front. Go on. No. And when it wasn't working, he should have changed it immediately. And then he took Fabio Vieira off for tactical reasons when he was actually playing quite well. He was actually doing all right. I'm sorry, but that was a shambles. And I honestly think that played Spurs' hand big time. And you saw in that second half, they were all over him. No, they were all over us. I was worried about Basuma, and look how good he was in that second half. Look how he
Pointed it out.
I'm like, did they not study this? It's just it really wasn't good enough. And I also want to say something about David Raya. Now he got some grief yesterday.
Why?
Yeah, I personally don't think he did anything wrong because people
it's because
are
of
saying,
the first goal, isn't it?
Yeah, but look.
He couldn't have done anything.
No, what could he have done? He just
that would have looped over him.
No.
If it weren't for him, Brendan Johnson would have got a hat trick.
Exactly. That's
Yes, exactly. My God.
A world-class save he just did. And then he did nothing wrong. He wasn't at fault for either of those goals. It was all silly, comical defending. And Jorginho making that stupid trickery. I'm sorry, but that weren't him. He was one of our best players. Him, Saliba, Gabriel. Okay,
Saka.
you did everything you could. Saka, yes, he was very good. He was very good as well. Other than that, awful. It was awful. It was awful. It really was a bad show. And and I guess the injuries didn't help, but I also want to say something about these Spurs fans celebrating a draw like you've just.
I know.
Do you know what Henri said, Seb? Do you remember what Henri said?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The fact is, they should have looked at this like this. Yes, okay, be happy with the point because you usually get spanked at the Emirates. Be happy with the point. And you say, okay, we'll take the point. But the fact that they're celebrating that as if they've won a trophy that just sums up their standards because how they should have looked at that is that look, Arsenal don't have Martinelli. Arsenal don't have Trossard. They have Rice taken off at half-time. Thomas Partey missing. Saka got taken off. Jesus got taken off. They should have been looking at that as saying that was our opportunity to go there and win because they're not going to get a better chance to come to the Emirates and win because that I honestly thought.
And they didn't.
Yeah, and you didn't. You still dropped 2 points. So just calm down. So just calm down and get back in your shadow, especially when they're talking about how great and world-class his team and this manager is. Look, you couldn't even beat us when we had a lot of key players missing. So you just calm down and behave.
Mate, isn't it crazy, right, that we have got the same amount of injuries as Chelsea have got wins in 2023?
Yeah. Doesn't help.
What does that tell you?
Nah, did you see
Nah.
Domino's over the weekend absolutely violating Chelsea?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was class.
Yeah.
We've delivered 900,000 pizzas since Chelsea last scored.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, at least that's one thing to laugh about, but still,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, wow. Seriously, that is
it's
seriously.
getting boring now.
I'm really disappointed that they yesterday. I really am. We should be beating them at the Emirates. We really should. But we just didn't.
Yeah.
There was a lot wrong. The manager's overthinking it. Team selection wrong. Substitutions wrong. Game management poor. Defensively poor.
Mm.
Oh dear.
I mean, Seb, what was he doing for for their first goal? I mean, Saka got spun, didn't he, by Madison?
Yeah.
And then he cut it back
No
into.
No one picked Son up. No one
picked up. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
3 of them there.
And plus,
There's 3 of them. Yeah.
And plus, why wasn't that ball cleared? If you can't clear a ball inside your own penalty box, then I'm sorry, you get what you deserve. You can't clear a single ball that's been floating around your penalty box for a long time. Oh.
There were 3 players on Son and none of them did anything.
None. And both goals completely avoidable. Yeah. It was just ridiculous.
Jorginho said, I know he hasn't played a lot yet.
I've mentioned I've come on to him. He's an experienced player. You should know better.
Exactly.
We could have just made a free pass just then. No, I'll do all this trickery. A bit similar to what Thomas Partey did. A bit similar to what Thomas Partey did at West Ham last year. Why are we still making these silly individual mistakes?
You know what? I remember when Jorginho did the same thing last season. When Chelsea played Tottenham, Jorginho did the same thing when they drew 2-2.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
He attempted some sort of trickery and then they scored.
Yeah.
Exactly. He should be banned for playing against Tottenham.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
He's a fucking imposter. Whenever we do play, or whoever plays against Tottenham, and he's in the midfield.
Man, literally the only positive from that game is we didn't lose. But that's the only.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't say a lot. That's the only. At least they didn't beat us at our ground, because if they had, oh my words,
it would have been the first time since 2010, wouldn't it, as well?
Unbearable. It would have been unbearable.
All right, I want to come to Tom. Tom, my friends, thoughts on the performance, the result, all that stuff, bro.
My face says it all. When I say stuff with a straight face, I mean it. I don't even have straight faces that often. I'm normally a smiley person. But yesterday, I was fuming. Yeah. We go score the penalty. I scream the house down. Yay, we're beating Tottenham. 30 seconds later.
Oh my goodness.
It's like Man United all over again.
Disgrace.
Except this time it's happening to us. And all of those people that said Jorginho should be starting, well, they look like mugs right now. Not going to name names, because I do quite like being on here. But,
I never named Jorginho in the lineup, so...
I did, guys.
I'm fine.
I did once, but...
Yeah.
But,
let's talk about that a bit better now.
Yeah.
What was he even doing back there in the first place? Oh.
I was calling at half time for Kai Havertz to come off. No, come on even. But he did, and he did nothing. But Eddie Nketiah, my boy, he did nothing.
And how he stayed on longer than Jesus did, I have no idea.
Jesus, he's not a consistent goal scorer. I'd rather restart out there and then put either Jesus or Eddie through the middle.
Yeah, why did we sign him up if we're not going to even use him?
Sign someone who is good on the left. Play him on the left. We had Nelson and Smith Rowe on the bench. And we're starting someone who's not even a winger out wide.
Absolute joke.
Are we going back to the Aubameyang era or something?
I know that. I know Smith Rowe's a cam. Hence why I converted into a cam in my career mode.
Absolute joke.
You know what I mean?
Absolute joke.
But,
joke.
I don't... Nah. Even if we're struggling, like we did in lockdown, the expectation is still to win the home derby for both teams. Tottenham at their ground, Arsenal at ours. the point that I made yesterday, if that was at Spurs' ground, we would have got battered. You know, they would have scored so many more goals than they did yesterday. And
Quite
you know,
possibly. However, we are better away than at home.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
For some reason,
it doesn't make sense. Like,
which is not good, to be honest. Because your home form has to be your key. If you want to go somewhere, you need to be stronger at home. And I expected this season to go unbeaten at home. I really do.
No, we're going to go invincible by drawing every game at this point. Like, honestly, like, you'd be better off getting an away ticket. There's no point in going to the Emirates. This club is backwards at the moment. We're not improving. Since people are saying, oh, but from this point of the season compared to last season, we're only 1 point off. It doesn't matter. We played well last season. Not signing a proper number 8 like McAllister or someone like that. Not signing a proper number 8 is what has cost us here, because we're not playing okay. Kai Havertz is a nobody in that midfield. Play him at false 9, because I think that's where, you know, he played well there against City. So that means, of course, we're going to put him in midfield. You know, you might as well drop all the strikers, because none of them can score goals at the moment. You know, I'd rather an injured Trossard played up top. You know, Jesus is not a consistent goal scorer, and Eddie Nketiah did nothing. You know, maybe, I don't know, was there any other, who else was on the bench in terms of like midfielders? Smith Rowe, he came on with 5 minutes to go.
Oh my God, man.
Taking a mix.
At least give him time. If he doesn't start on Wednesday, if I'm Smith Rowe and I'm not starting on Wednesday, I'm going up to the manager and I'm saying, I am out.
Yeah.
I'm out in January. Same with Ramsdale as well. Aaron Ramsdale, I know if he was to start in like say the North London derby, he would get a lot of pressure because Rye's been playing well. But you know, Ramsdale, if we were to lose out on Ramsdale in January, one, that is another keeper gone, and we're going to have to sign 37th goalkeeper.
He won't go in January.
Give him time, yeah. Give it until the end of the season. If he's gone, we have lost a big player there. He has helped us over the last few years, you know, reach where we did last season, reach where we did the season before. He's helped. I know he's made errors, but he's helped us. He has had some very good games in an Arsenal shirt. I can list many, yeah. But even if, like, I don't even know, to be completely honest. You know,
Nick Arnett said your hat's good, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It is good to be. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
No, nice one, man.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Yeah. Like, you know, take Nketiah off, then bring on Smith Rowe, put Havertz up top because he might do something. But, Romero, for me, for Arsenal, Romero must have been man of the match. He thought he was playing in goal yesterday.
I know.
That's embarrassing. Oh, I know. Oh.
Yeah, 100%, man. All right, Rory. Oh, man. Your thoughts on that performance, the result, you know, Arteta's subs, all that stuff, man.
I don't know what to say. That was shambolic. One of the worst home performances in a derby day I have seen in a long time. Opening 30 to 35 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is good. This is going to be another one of these games where we are going to batter them. But then we have this in our DNA where we allow we allow oppositions to take control and we allow them to score like we always do at home. It's just a common theme now, and it's sick. It's sickening. It really is. I can't be arsed with it anymore. Jorginho and Havertz coming on at half time. The moment they got subbed on, I'm sat there like, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. It's either going to end a draw or Tottenham are going to go on to win the game. Jorginho, right? Let's quickly touch on the second goal, right? 20 seconds later, I thought conceding in the opening 20 seconds of the first half was bad. We've now conceded 20 seconds after scoring. Sorry, but I can't get my head around it. Jorginho, his strong attribute, is passing the football, keeping it simple, keeping it ticking in the last 10 minutes. He's not a player, of course, you throw on to win the game. All right? But he does something in that situation that he can't do, and that is progress the ball. What is he actually doing? The guy's won the Champions League, he's won the Euros, he's even won Scudettos in Serie A, Europa League, Super Cups, the lot. And in fact, he's one of the most, if not the most experienced player on the football pitch.
30.
And he's dithering about with it on the halfway line. The moment Maddison breathes on his neck, Havertz does nothing in that team, right? David Raya, there is no difference whatsoever starting Raya instead of Raya instead of Ramsdale, sorry. There's no difference because Raya loves to go long, but we don't have anyone to win those headers. It needs to be pinpoint.
Yesterday was shocking. It was
Who?
It was not to the level that it was against Everton. His passing yesterday was not good.
Yeah, well, because I don't entirely blame him because at Brentford he had Tony up there winning flick-ons. So therefore, the accuracy has to be pinpoint onto either Nketiah's or Jesus' chest. If it's too high, defender wins it. If it goes short, ends up in midfield. So we do need a physical striker, whether that is a 25-goal striker or someone who you can just throw on if you need a goal, so you can lump crosses into the box. And I don't know about you, but it's Operation Tony in January. That's got to be our number one target in January.
Yeah.
We really do need him. All right, at the start of the season, I was like, yeah, Jesus is fine, all right? He's capable of scoring goals, all right? Well, not really, but he is capable of winning us a league title, right? Don't forget, Manchester City won the league without a striker, and their top scorer was Kevin De Bruyne with 15 goals. So it can be done. So I still do back Jesus, and he's one of my favourite players.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, you need a world-class midfielder like De Bruyne. A world-class midfield. Not just one. Kai Havertz does not get into a world-class midfield.
No,
If you're going to do it like that, you're
No.
going to need a world-class number 8, which is what I've already said.
I mean, right now, can we have Xhaka back? I'm missing him at the moment.
Yeah, we're missing him.
I can't lie. Can we do a swap deal? Send Havertz back to Leverkusen, and we can have Granit Xhaka back, eh?
Right now.
Right? Nketiah, it's not just Jorginho, by the way. I'm not pinning this entire resort on Jorginho. It's not just his fault.
Yeah.
The chances we missed in the opening 35 minutes are inexcusable. They were there for the taking.
They were.
Let's get this straight. They were there for the taking in the opening 35 minutes. It should have been another 5-2 in the opening 35. Jesus misses a chance. Nketiah, I'm sorry.
Right. Why doesn't he square it to the error? Simple.
Yeah, I know, right. Please. The guy, I'm not saying he's not a good striker, but he is not the level we need.
No.
Right? We're Arsenal Football Club. We're flipping Barnet. You've got to move on.
He's right.
I'm sorry. And I don't want to remind you three, but he's on number 14. On 100 grand a week.
Oh, exactly.
That's why I'm heavily criticising him.
People don't seem to realise that. Too many
Exactly.
Oh.
Right, look at
Jordan makes
Saka's
a good
goal.
point, guys. He says, send Kai Havertz to Bayer Leverkusen and get Xhaka back.
Yeah, we just
I know, right? I mean, look at Saka's goal against Everton last season at home. Look at the Saka goal against Leeds last season at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't Nketiah just drive it across the flipping goalkeeper? Like across the keeper or square it to Vieira. He had two options and he didn't do either. How, in that situation, does your brain not compute? I really don't get it. And Smith Rowe coming on, like funny enough, the front three that we finished the game with could be starting on Wednesday against Brentford.
Yeah.
Nelson and Nketiah and Smith Rowe. Right? And Nelson actually played well when he came on, but too late again. Right? I don't blame Arteta for the missed chances, obviously. He didn't go into the dressing room and tell the lads to miss a load of chances in a derby. But ultimately, he's been in the job for 4 years, and their manager has been in there for 5 games now. There was no excuses in that game other than injury, right? And about the penalty as well, I hear Tottenham fans that, oh, if it wasn't for the ref, we would have won.
It's a
Shut
penalty.
up, man.
It's a clear pen,
penalty.
bro. What are they chatting about?
His
It's a
man
clear
Up
pen.
here.
is up here.
Up here.
His hand is up here, blocking a goal scoring
Man.
opportunity.
It's a
You
penalty.
know the rules. I know the
What
rules.
That was the other way round. They'll be screaming for it. No doubt.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Typical
The rules
Spurs
are
fans.
there. If you block a certain goal opportunity, it's a penalty. Right? The last time I checked, a goalkeeper was the only guy that is allowed to use his hands,
100%.
not the flipping defender. So it was a penalty. Don't say it wasn't, right? It was a stonewall penalty.
Should have been
And
at
Man
least
United fans,
yellow.
Man United fans will end up
How many
crying.
soft penalties have they had against us? How many soft ones? But yet when you
Exactly.
you're there,
Exactly.
you're there, Melvin.
Oh my God.
And now you're celebrating that you've got the point. Oh,
Yeah.
do me a favour.
Also, Man United fans have been crying lately. Oh, they didn't get a penalty because Romero did the same thing when they played them early on in the season. Well, that wasn't going in the back of the net, was it?
They still would have lost.
Jesus Christ. These Tottenham fans, like, the only thing that makes North London white is the sack of powder that they carry around week in, week out.
Nah, it's the normal
They're
reg.
nothing. And they didn't even beat us with
Exactly.
half of our team out injured. I would have preferred a one-legged Declan Rice over Jorginho in that second half.
Exactly.
Honestly, the moment he went off, right? We've got away with Partey out injured because we've got Declan Rice because he's brilliant. But both of them injured. Like, what are we supposed to do? The first goal, 3 of them, not one of them followed up with Son. Not one of them. And Raya just made an incredible save. Where's the reaction?
We could have brought El Neni on and he would have done better. He's only got one knee.
I know, right? But again, I don't entirely blame Jorginho, right? You've got to blame other individuals, the likes of Jesus. This doesn't mean I don't like him. It's just you've got to call a spade, right? Jesus is playing on the left. He's never played on the left in his entire career. He's played on the right for Man City, but obviously we've got Saka there.
Exactly. He's playing
so he's going to have to play. Jesus, our best centre forward, is out on the left. Sorry, but no, you don't do that. You just don't. You drop Nketiah, who played 100 minutes, who was lucky he didn't get sent off, right? If the stud made contact with the goalkeeper, then he is off. And that would have summed up his game, because he was dreadful. He won't
100.
get into a mid-table team, don't get me wrong, but he's not Arsenal level.
No.
He should not be anywhere near this first team. Right?
Another thing I wanted to mention. At half-time, Tottenham had 3 players booked. Adoge, Sarr and Basuma. Yet there was no attempt for us to actually hassle them.
Exactly.
Trying to get them sent off because you know they're going to do something rash in that lot. Where was the effort in that
Exactly.
There was none of that. Where was that?
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly, Seb.
See, why wasn't this being pointed out?
Especially when Saka was up against Yodoshi as well,
Exactly.
Seb. That
The ball
night.
wasn't even getting to him.
Mm,
So it was a
I know,
complete
right?
mess. And
yeah.
that's a complete mess.
Yeah, Seb, I want to obviously come to you about this next. Look, the injuries we're getting. Martinelli was out injured. Trossard was out injured. Declan Rice picked up an injury. Partey's out injured. Timber's out injured. Last season we had injuries. What the hell is going on with Arsenal and injuries, Seb?
Look, it's an absolute joke how you're even getting injuries in training. It is an absolute joke. Partey got injured in training, and so did Trossard. It's an absolute joke. I just don't know what is going on there. And these are few players that's never been injured in their life. Partey
Yeah.
didn't get injured before we came here. Rice didn't get injured before we came here. Something's not right with the training regime. Something is not right. Because this is happening now far too frequently. So is Arteta pushing these players too hard, or what is he actually doing? Or the physios aren't doing their job properly, and he should be getting rid of them and getting in some proper physical physios that are actually doing their job. Again, I'm sorry, this is partly on the manager. He takes blame for this. Yes, he can't help it if someone gets injured, but if you're not doing your job in training, pressing them too hard, or if you don't think the physios are doing the job properly, then he should be going out there and calling it out. Sorry, but this just doesn't make sense. How you can have so many already this term, and thank goodness it doesn't seem to be serious long term, and thank goodness a few of them might be back before City.
Yeah. So is that the news today then, Seb? Is it they'll be back for City?
Well, expected to. It's not a definite.
Yeah, that's
expected to, and. Yeah, well, oh, dear me, it doesn't look good, and it doesn't look good.
Would you say our scores? Because I've seen a few people have this debate, saying that we ain't got enough squad depth. Where do you sit with that?
I still don't quite think we do. I think we do in some areas, but not in. We certainly don't on the right wing. There's nothing there. Saka gets injured. There's actually no one. We've got all these others are left wingers. We definitely don't have squad strength in depth up front because we need another striker. I don't think Eddie's good enough. In the midfield, Thomas Partey doesn't stay fit for long, so we can't rely on him to stay fit. And now that the Timber injuries come, which is very unfortunate, we are light at the back. If Saliba goes, then we're in trouble again.
Oh my God! Yeah, I know, right? Who is our Saliba backup?
And why on earth we sold Kieran Tierney? We loaned out Kieran Tierney when we haven't got cover on that side. You said we're going to have to probably bring in Cedric again.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Look, these are the questions the manager's got to be asked, and these are the questions he should have thought about before we even did all this. And why wasn't Pepe given another chance? We could have really done with him now.
Thank you.
Really done with him now. Instead of
we could have
all day long, and Saka even went off with a hobbling problem, and it wouldn't be surprised if he's picked up something.
Yeah,
you know what? You know what? You made a great point about Pepe, right? And I was going to note it down. We could have done with Pepe yesterday because 100%. Pepe's best position whenever he was at Arsenal, the games he was playing well was on the left. So we could have had the front three of Saka, Pepe, and Jesus through the middle.
100%.
But why does he not trust him?
I don't know.
Why? I really don't.
He needs to actually come out and explain that and tell the fans why. Come out and explain some of your decisions.
Oh, he needs to tell the fans a lot of things.
Tell them. Tell us.
I don't know what's going on.
Raw or something.
I don't know.
I really don't. I mean, Tierney on loan was just baffling. As I said, just get rid of him if he's not in your plans. So we've got the money to then invest in adequate cover for Zinchenko. But we didn't. So it's either going to be Tomiyasu and Kivior, isn't it?
We could have got that Benfica guy. The one,
Grimaldo.
Yeah, I've mentioned him all along, but he went to buy Leverkusen.
Brilliant.
He didn't think about it.
don't blame him. He's going to win the Bundesliga over there.
Yeah, probably is.
What?
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah. Another thing as well, in the centre forward position, Boniface at Leverkusen, the centre
Oh, that's his
forward.
shout. That's his shout. You know.
The
He's
guy
been on
scored,
fire.
I think, 6 goals in 5 games.
Yeah.
I know he may not be Premier League proven, but a lot of clubs are going to be sniffing around for him in January. And there's going to be a time where we are going to shoot ourselves in the foot and think, oh, God, why didn't we go for him? There's been plenty of times where we have gone, oh, why
I'm
didn't we go
already
for him?
fuming enough that Basuma and Madison are at that lot down the road when we should.
I know,
right?
man.
That infuriates me.
Yeah, we could have
Imagine
brought on
we didn't
Basuma
even
in the
buy
second
any-
half.
Yeah.
Exactly. That infuriates me. And it's
Imagine us having a
hurts
midfield
that they are
of
there.
Madison, Declan Rice, and Odegaard as the 3 in midfield.
Yeah.
Or Basuma, Rice,
amazing.
and then
And that's
Odegaard.
sorted. It's a no-brainer. But yet, we spend the money on that Basuma, 25 million. Madison went for 45 million. But yet we find 60. Yet we spend that money together on Kai Havertz.
I know, right?
What's that all about?
Make it make sense, then, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Ward-Prowse as well. Ward-Prowse at West Ham.
He was a German
He was in the
shepherd.
Championship. Ward-Prowse was playing in the Championship for Southampton, cost way less, and he went to West Ham, and he's
To be fair,
got roughly the same amount of
I
assists.
wouldn't have signed him. I wouldn't have.
No, but come on.
Oh no, he's better.
He wouldn't have cost an arm and a leg.
Oh no, he's better than Jorginho, and he's better than the backup.
Like, he would. He's arguably would have been our best set piece taker.
Yeah, but I personally think there's reasons why the top clubs haven't gone in for him. I personally think there's good reasons why. Because apart from that, his all-round play is actually very average.
Yeah, it's just
he doesn't.
Who else have we got on set pieces? It's just
to be fair,
I
I can understand that, and I wouldn't have taken him. But still, there's just plenty of others. But yeah, he is better than the backups, of course. Anyway, enough that said, I've got to get going now.
Seb, you gotta go, yeah?
Yeah,
you gotta go.
Yeah,
you got any articles coming out or not?
Yeah, there's going to be one. Yeah, there's going to be one this week. It'll be a positive one. It'll just be about our best victories in the Champions League because we started off well in that last week.
Oh, nice.
That's one good thing. That's one good thing. Just try and keep it positive. But, oh, dearie me. I could be here all day ranting about that. Ranting. Sorry about this because I'm frustrated. I did not spend my money. It's that rubbish.
Yeah, exactly, Seb. Mate, thank you so much for coming as always.
See you later.
See you later, bro. Take care. See you, mate.
See you later.
All right, I want to come to Tom. Next up, we're talking about you made a video about it today. I did watch it before I was doing this. Ivan Toney, bro.
Get him in.
Get him in in January. If you can't get Ivan Toney though, do you have any other striker options that you want to see, or is he the main priority for you?
Nah, just Ivan Toney. Get Ivan Toney. He's a capable goal scorer. Jesus isn't. He can do what Jesus does. Obviously, he's not Brazilian, so he's not going to be able to do like the ins and outs, like the dribbling and that. But he is literally Jesus, but he can score goals. He scored 20 goals for Brentford with that midfield and that creativity. No disrespect to them, but Matthias Jensen is not Martin Odegaard, you know. Nico Henry is not Zinchenko, although I do rate Nico Henry, but he's just done his other knee, so yeah. But imagine him with a team surrounded by Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, a proper number 8, Declan Rice, Ben White, Zinchenko. Everyone can create. Everyone can create goals for him.
Other than Havertz.
That's why I didn't say Havertz. I said number 8.
Yeah, we still need someone to progress the ball. That box-to-box midfielder. That's who we need as well. I think those two have to be our main priorities. In fact, no, 3. We need a Saliba backup because we don't entirely know who our Saliba backup is. Because I guess at first I went Ben White when we signed Timber. Right? I thought, you know what? Offensively, we look a lot stronger We lose Timber, and all of a sudden, crap, we're back in the same place again. No Saliba backup. We've obviously just sold Holding,
I
and
don't get
we're
that,
going
by
to
the
have to
way.
play plays that position.
I know
Tomiyasu.
people. I know people don't like Rob Holding, but it's better than nothing. At the end of the day, it's better than nothing. I know people don't rate Rob Holding, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. And he's gone to Crystal Palace, and he's got the same role that he had at Arsenal, back up, because he doesn't start over Anderson or Mark Gahey, so he's back up there. At Arsenal, you're going to make more money than Crystal Palace. And, you know, for me, in January, we need a versatile defender, someone that can go centre back and also cover left back. We need number 8. I don't know who yet. I'll have to look into that.
Paqueta at West Ham. We could go back in for him.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's a shout.
I mean, he is Brazilian. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a bad
Yeah.
shout. And then Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Ivan Toney. Just, you know what? Give him the money now. If we don't have 60 million, then I don't care. Put Nketiah in the deal. Go
Yeah.
up to Chelsea. Go up to Chelsea and go, have your Jorginhos and Havertz back. Give us Moise Caicedo. You can have 2 players.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Nah, have them. Have them. Have them.
Nah.
Hold on, Tom. So is you and Eddie Nketiah finished now?
Oh, nah. Still got to back him. He's still
I
still
was
here.
about to say.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair
But
enough.
I'd take Ivan Toney ahead of him. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Eddie. I'm sorry, Eddie. But I looked at his Premier League record. He's played 95 games. Guess how many goals he scored?
Who, Nketiah?
Yeah. Guess how many goals he scored in 95 Premier League games?
I'm gonna go 18.
Rory?
I'll go 16.
Rory, you are correct.
16.
16.
How did I get that spot on?
95 games.
Yeah, I was thinking 16, 17.
Ivan
Yeah.
Toney outscored him in one season, by the way.
Yeah.
There you go then.
There you go.
But yeah.
Lads. Yeah. So Rory, you obviously mentioned a guy who's been underrated this season. What's his name? Victor
Boniface.
Boniface, yeah, from Leverkusen. So who's your first choice striker? Tony, Osherman, Boniface, Malovic? There's loads out there, but who'd be your main choice?
Well, my dream signing would be Osimhen. He epitomises everything you want from a new signing, but because Tony has that Premier League experience, everybody's going to be adamant on Tony. That's for sure. And Tony's been my baller from the start, like from the Championship. All right, I've been nagging at Arsenal to go after someone like him, but everyone was telling me, "Oh, wait until he's in the Premier League." Da, 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 da. I'm like, I watch football with my eyes, all right. And last season proved everyone wrong, really. Yes, he's got the ban, but his ban ends in January. And that's when typically the FA Cup begins. So we can then ease him in to the FA Cup games. Well, not the FA Cup games, into the Arsenal team for the FA Cup games. So Tony, in terms of when I want Premier League proven players, he's my number one choice. Vlahovic, I'm not too sure about him in terms of his link-up play and, the way he does bring others into play. He doesn't do it better than Gabriel Jesus, in my opinion. Boniface is a shout, but I believe he signed for Leverkusen this summer. I don't think he was there last season, if I'm not mistaken. Awonyi at Nottingham Forest is a shout as well because he's another physical striker who's had a very, very good season at Forest so far. So maybe he is another shout. But all in all, Tony, I must say Tierney. Tony would be a brilliant striker for Arsenal. I feel like he is the missing piece. Seeing as we have got David Raya, and of course he has that Lord of the Pings ability, that will suit him more. He'll be able to go long because at the moment he's going to have to go long diagonally to either Saka or Martinelli. Often for Brentford, he usually pings it to Tony's chest, head, whatever. He can bully defenders as well. And that's what we need. We haven't had someone like that since Giroud. And I remember a couple of seasons ago when we were in the deep mud and our tactics were just pass to Tierney and cross. So when we're in the same situation, in the last 10 minutes, we need a goal. We have Tony up top, and we're whipping in crosses. If only we still had Tierney, we can just do that because we'll have someone in the box to win them aerial duels. So he'll be perfect. Osimhen will be my dream signing because Tony, no disrespect to him, he doesn't have Champions League experience unlike Osimhen. Osimhen's a born goal scorer in the Champions League. And don't forget, we wanted him before we signed Gabriel Jesus. So Osimhen would be brilliant, especially to all of them Nigerian fans out there. They're building together a really good team, by the way. They've got Boniface, Osimhen, Iwobi, sorry to speak.
Yeah.
Who else have they got? I mean, anyone else really, but they have got a decent side. So, yeah, I feel like Osimhen would be perfect. A 1 year at Nottingham Forest is a decent striker as well. I would take Vlahovic. I mean, we'll see. Out of all the strikers I've just mentioned, Vlahovic is the striker that I'm not really too keen on.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So Ivan Toney's got to be our number one priority in January. You're not getting Osimhen in January. Let's just forget that. He is more of a summer move. So if we get Tony in January, I'm not going to sit here and moan because he should be chased by any Premier League club other than, of course, Man City. Man United walks into their team ahead of Højlund. I don't care what anyone says. Chelsea walks into their team. Tottenham walks into their team. Arsenal walks into our team. He walks into pretty much every Premier League club other than Man City. Yeah. So he's the perfect striker in my opinion. And yeah, I do agree. 130 million for Osimhen would be a huge statement. Yeah. But it's just not going to happen in January. You can't. You can't. Like, I really want to know who has actually splashed more than 130 million in January. It's just impossible. Especially when you've splashed 100+ million on Declan Rice and then another 120 million on Osimhen. I don't think it's going to happen. The number 8 situation, I don't know who we're going to go for. Sorry, say again.
What about someone like Ivan Ferguson from Brighton?
Ferguson's a shout, but I'm not too sure whether he's worth 80+ million. Yeah. If I'm being honest. The guy is 18 and we all know with Brighton, they sell players for stupid money, all right? Unlike us. We barely get anything for our players. So if we snatch Evan Ferguson for 80 million plus, then we could be one of them teams that will fall into that trap. You see the Trossard deal in January last season? We were smart with that. Right, we didn't go for a Mudryk and allow Chelsea to, of course, hijack the deal. We went in for Trossard, 20-odd million because he was unhappy, and then we got him in. Ferguson, he's not worth 80 million right now. And if we were going to get that deal done, he's a good striker, but this is the first time he's really broke into that Brighton team. And I think it's just going to be another situation like Casado, like you could say Graham Potter at Chelsea, but he's obviously not an outfield player. Who else? I mean, Cucurella is another one. Like they've played a season. Casado's played under 50 games for Brighton, and Chelsea decided to splash 115 million on Casado. So, in my opinion, Ferguson, give it a couple of seasons, and he will move to a big club. But at the moment, I'm still adamant on Tony because he is the perfect striker. Whether Brentford are willing to sell us both, Raya and Tony, because both players are actually arguably the most important spine in their team. Raya, the way he plays out from the back, and then Tony with his link-up play and his aerial duel abilities. So, mate, Tony is the perfect striker for Arsenal, but obviously Chelsea are involved. But come on, if you're Ivan Tony, you're sat at your desktop, you've got Chelsea and Arsenal on the table. Who are you picking? Especially if Arsenal, which is more likely to happen.
Well, it's between a 9-year prison sentence and a, I don't know, luxury holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, he's going to be stuck in prison, isn't he, still, at Chelsea?
Yeah.
Because they're mid-table. 14th? They're not even mid-table, in fact. So technically, he's still going to be suffering, isn't he? So you might as well just come to Arsenal, because if you're watching the Arsenal games at the moment, and there was a moment where Nketiah in the second half, Cross gets whipped in, and there's always a loose ball in the area, and there's just no fucker there to pounce.
The amount of
right?
times
Nketiah did it last week against Everton. Vieira whipped in a ball, and then Nketiah's just stood there like a lemon. Right? This week, corner gets whipped in, ball's bouncing, and Nketiah's just like, come on, what is that? I'm so mad that I didn't get there. We'll move towards the ball then, brother. So that's who we need, someone who can pounce on those loose balls. Because at the moment, we just don't have anyone who can do it, right? I don't have a problem with the rest of our attack. It's just that striker. Although we are capable of scoring goals with Jesus in the team, that is for sure. Think to the goal against PSV on Wednesday. Where did that come from? On the right. Right? He's more of a right winger, if you ask me. Not as a forward, but definitely more of a right winger than he is a left midfielder. So, mate, I don't know. It's just Tony is 100% the number one target. It's just whether or not Edu has still got that pull that he had in the summer to persuade the likes of Declan Rice to come and buy Ivan Tony, because he's going to be worth at least 80 mil. I'm sure of it. Well, maybe not 80 mil, but 60 to 70 mil, I'm guessing. But we don't know because, of course, he's banned.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Before we do wrap it up, guys, I forgot to mention about Wednesday night's game, the Carabao Cup against Brentford away from home. We don't have a last season. We got knocked out by Brighton in like the third round. The game wasn't even televised unless you actually had the game, so nobody could watch it anyway. I'm glad that it wasn't televised because we got apparently battered in that game. It was 3-1.
I went to that game. It was shocking.
Yeah.
Cedric, by the way. Cedric, by the way.
Cedric.
Yeah. But yeah,
Cole
guys,
Hine as well.
Thoughts about this competition? I'll start with you, Tom. Is this, we got to take it seriously? Should we play a strong team? Like, what's your thoughts about this Carabao Cup?
Well, we got to take every competition seriously because at the end of the day, it's a trophy.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a trophy. Like, would you rather have one trophy or no trophies? Would you rather be knocked out of competition early on, Spurs, or go on a little run and maybe even go through to the final? Because it's not about the Carabao Cup, but about the Champions League. People laugh at me when I say this, but I think we've got a genuine chance of winning that. I do.
I
Because,
agree.
yeah, after that performance on Wednesday, maybe we're focusing on Champions League, because we've seen in the Premier League we're not doing well enough. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mikel goes out on Wednesday night, plays a bunch of kids, plays like the likes of Smith Rowe, probably El Nene, Jorginho, plays like that. Kivior, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, plays all those players, and ask them, don't take this seriously, just play a nice chill game, focus on the Champions League. Because I know I've said that at the end of the day it's a trophy, but Champions League is a bigger trophy. So we're trying to think ahead of a man that played Thomas Partey at right back. It's not easy predicting what this manager's going to do.
We haven't won a Carabao Cup in 29 years, apparently. That's insane.
I agree. I want to win.
29 years.
I want to win every trophy possible.
Same here.
But it's so difficult to predict a manager that plays Jesus out wide instead of Nelson, that plays Thomas Partey at right back, that sells Kieran Tierney, that plays Kivior at left back, that signed Kai Havertz for 95 million, not 65.
Surely,
I was about to say 95 million.
95
Nah.
million, imagine.
No.
Yeah, but surely, Tom, David Raya can play this game, can't he? Because he's like not.
Yeah, he can play.
If Arteta plays David Raya for this game, then we know he's the first choice, surely. Over Ramsdale.
No, but you're not going to play your first choice keeper in the Carabao Cup game. He'll probably
All
play
right, so then what if he puts Hein in goal then?
Yeah, he will. He will. He'll be in my predicted lineup. Poor Ramsdale, he'll be sat on the bench again. Hein will play this game.
Jesus.
I called it first. And we'll get knocked out. There you go.
There we go. There we go. Rory, thoughts on the Carabao Cup as a whole, my friend, and also this upcoming game against Brentford away on Wednesday night.
I can't lie. I've always really mentioned the Carabao Cup as, I wouldn't say a major trophy, but a trophy that we can make memories about. But the thing is, all these fans that want major honours and that, every time we get knocked out, oh no, we're fuming that we're knocked out because it's a trophy. And as I said, you make memories, you make history, you put them in your cabinet that Tottenham, of course, don't have. But them same people, though, if we do end up winning either the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, they'll be going, oh, well, that's not good enough for Arteta, though, is it? Because we need major honours. We need to win a Champions League, Premier League. So I feel like some people are caught in two minds at the moment. Personally, all I said was, if Arteta gets my backing, we win just a trophy. It doesn't matter, all right? An Emirates Cup and Community Shield, those don't count in my books. So if he was going to win a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, at least two trophies, if we win a Carabao Cup, get top four, then I guess he does deserve another chance. However, if we finish fourth and we're nowhere near the flipping title, then yeah, he's got to go, as well as not winning anything. If we don't win anything, finish top four, then we've gone backwards then, haven't we?
Yeah.
Even if we do win, even if we win a trophy, and we do a Man United, for instance, we all get giddy because all title is only 5 points, blah, 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 and then we fall off drastically, then that's not good enough, right? If we are in another title race from now, I know we're not in the top four at the moment, but if we are in another title race, because I feel like we will find our philosophy when we have players coming back from injury. I think Partey will return into the midfield. So yes, we've got Zinchenko back, unless if he does end up picking another injury, because that's what Zinchenko does these days, as well as inverting into the midfield. He does pick up a lot of injuries. If Zinchenko stays fit until Thomas Partey returns, and I think Partey will return into the midfield, and then we'll see Declan Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. I feel like we will pick up our rhythm towards, I won't say towards the end of the season, but from January onwards. I think that's where we are going to see our fluid best. But that isn't me saying I want us to throw away all of the cup competitions. Right? Carabao Cup. I mean, Man United, like they're arguably one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, if not in football, right? And they are getting giddy about the Carabao Cup, all right? Their fans are tapped. We know that already. And it's the same here. Like, if we were going to win the Carabao Cup, these same United fans would go, oh, it's only the Carabao Cup. When they were having flipping parades about a Carabao Cup, Twitter banners as well on their accounts of Carabao Cup champions 2023, whatever, man. So it's just whatever we win, it's just nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's a dinner plate, whatever. You celebrate that. Are you taking the piss? When other teams like Tottenham and Man United celebrate energy drink cups and Tiger Cups like they have just won a Champions League. It's laughable. So Brentford, I would go strong. I want to win the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like if it's good enough for Man City, it's good enough for Arsenal. And FA Cup. Look, if you get knocked out of the FA Cup by, I don't know, Stockport, then that's the beauty of it. You get knocked out, it is what it is. If you get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, well, that is an opportunity to win a trophy and a bit of silverware, then you go for it. So I do go strong. Ramsdale, I think, starts. If Smith Rowe doesn't start as well, then if I was him, I'll be knocking on Mikel Arteta's door and say, you are hindering my career as a footballer. I want out. There's no two ways about it. Smith Rowe has got to start this game. If he doesn't, then I'm going to feel sorry for him. Really, really sorry for him. Because how many midfielders actually ahead of him at the moment? 8?
Yeah, literally about that, bro.
8
Seriously.
midfielders. And this wasn't as long as it wasn't that long ago when he was our top scorer.
Yeah.
Right? This manager actually gave him the number 10 shirt as well. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah, there we go. I agree with what you guys said. That Som's got a point to make, I think.
Well, may I share my screen?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah.
Right.
Let's get it on.
We have got enough injury-prone players.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I've mentioned this before. If he comes in, he's probably not going to get injured. I mean, we are better off signing injury-prone players.
Calvin Phillips.
He's going to be playing right against us. Oh my God.
Oh my life. Calvin Phillips.
Oh, he's not getting that Arsenal. He is not getting that Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No.
Yeah, let's
Well, that's our win trainer sorted.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is that. I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's shout out you guys' channels. Tom, I know you uploaded today, man, but you got anything else coming up on your channel, bro?
Next week, I'm probably going to start an Arsenal career mode.
Yeah.
Because I did start a Ted Lasso one, but the views were doing well, but I just wasn't enjoying it. And, you know, bit of a mental state at the moment, but, you know, coming on here, I do enjoy it. So thank you for having me on. But, yeah, probably an Arsenal career mode. If I can find a totally legal non-Arabic stream for the Brentford game, I'll probably watch that and do a review. We played Bournemouth, don't we? Yeah, I'll probably do a review on that as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If any breaking news comes out, like I did today, I'll probably make a video on it. But yeah.
Yeah, big up yourself, my man. Rory, what about you, bro?
Yes, so I've literally just finished editing the second episode of the FC24 career mode, so that should be out tomorrow. Obviously,
Enjoyed episode 1.
say again.
Enjoyed episode 1.
Yeah.
Tell you what it reminded me of. I don't know if you watch him, but FNG. It reminded me a lot of FNG.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I do watch a lot of his FIFA experiments. I feel like they're
They're
absolutely hilarious. But yeah, episode 2 should be out tomorrow. Wednesday, I might do a mini review whether the Brentford Arsenal game is on TV. If it's televised in the UK, then yeah, obviously I will do a review for the game. And then of course we've got Bournemouth at the weekend. That should be winnable. Like,
Yeah.
come on, but Bournemouth are in a state right now, and I can't really think of any games. Have they won a game so far this season? I know they drew
Let me find out.
They drew West Ham, I remember, start of the season.
Yeah, but have they won?
I don't think they have. No, they haven't. I don't think.
Yeah.
They are 17th.
I mean, are we actually going to wear, the third kit? We're going to go another season without.
No, we're gonna wear it. It's gonna be the yellow one, I bet.
I spent £100 on that shirt, and we're not even gonna wear it this season.
Mate, it's like the pink one last season as well, bro. Like we wore it twice at the start of the season, and it's binned after that.
Yeah, I mean, none of our new signings in January have worn it yet, other than when they got announced.
Yeah, exactly. No, we've got to wear it in the Champions League, surely, against like
Yeah,
Lons
we've
away,
got to.
because they wear yellow, don't they?
Yeah, against Lons, I think we will wear our third kit, because if we wear this, then it's sort of a kit clash because they are yellow and red.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's logo.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Bournemouth review on Sunday, and more career mode episodes, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. So, guys, we're getting out of here. Big out everyone who tuned in. We're back tomorrow with an opposition preview, the Brentford game, and we'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Come on, the Gunners, and we're out of here. Ciao, people.